Hey guys, this is Jen from This Mama's Kitchen. I'm making a fall sangria today for a wedding on Saturday, and I thought it might be fun for you guys to come along and check it out, see how it's made. So this sangria starts with a cinnamon simple syrup, and show you what I'm doing. Um, so I just put a cup of water and a cup of sugar into a pot and turned it on to medium, and I'm just going to let that come to a boil. And I'll give it a little stir just to sort of help it dissolve. So we're going to let it come to a simmer and let it completely dissolve. And then once it's done, I'm going to put it in a container and put the cinnamon sticks inside and then let it sit in the fridge for anywhere up to 2 days. The longer you let it sit, the better results you get in terms of the syrup. And so this and the flavor of the syrup. So while I'm here, I actually wanted to show you guys these flowers I got today for the wedding. This is a bit of a surprise for the bride. She doesn't even know, but these are all edible flowers. And I'm going to put them on the charcuterie boards and sprinkle them here and there on the plates. They're just so pretty. So the wedding colors are burgundy, burnt orange, and yellow, all fall colors, and they're just absolutely gorgeous. I'm so excited to promote this farmer. She's near Port Elmsley, halfway between Smiths Falls and Perth, so that's super exciting. So this is going to come to a boil, but it's going to take a few minutes, of course. So we're going to come over to my cutting board area, and I'm going to show you what I got for the sangria. So I'm going to put everything into this large container so it can go in the fridge with a lid on it. And so I went shopping for wines. I wanted 4 bottles of wine. And, you know, I'm trying to keep it budget friendly on one hand, but make sure it's tasty on the other. One of the girls at the liquor store said that this was a nice wine. So the recipe is, and I can show you the recipe or link the recipe below, but this is the recipe calls for Cabernet Sauvignon. This is a Cab Franc and Cab Sauv together, which I thought would be nice. And then I've got some apple cider that I'm going to mix with it. And so the recipe calls for apple brandy. And finding apple brandy isn't easy, number one, and it's super expensive. So I actually got regular brandy and then a little mini of Grand Marnier. And so that's an orange flavored liqueur. The brandy is going to taste delicious with the apple cider and the red wine and then the cinnamon simple syrup. You guys, this is going to be so delicious. And then I'm going to slice up all these fruits and put them in to the container with the wine and all of the juice and everything and the alcohol. And I'm going to let it sit for a day or two. And it's going to be absolutely delicious. And I'm super excited for that. Yeah, so let's start making this bad boy. Okay, so I'm kind of new to videoing here, so I'm hoping this is working out. So I'm just putting the wine into the container as the first thing I'm going to do. I don't usually buy wine by the box, but you know, it's going to be mixed with all kinds of other super delicious things. So even though you'll get that great red wine taste, I don't think that you know, it's going to be a defining factor in this case. I think, you know, it was still equivalent of buying like 4 bottles of wine, just at maybe a couple of dollars cheaper, but it's still a decent wine, so it should be good. So the cocktail I'm making, this sangria, is for 20 people for 2 drinks each. So 40 drinks actually is what we're doing. And so this comes to 9.5 liters, or give or take a few hundred mils once the entire thing is put together. So it's just about 40 glasses, which is perfect. So we definitely want to get every drop out of every bottle because, you know, we want to make sure that there's enough. So almost there. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. So the next thing I'm going to do is add the brandy. It smells good. So the whole Mickey is going in there. Okay, and I don't even know what I was just going to say. Oh, that this recipe is from Food Network. It's a Bobby Flay recipe. So it's kind of fun and exciting too for all the foodies out there. So Grand Marnier, this is just a nice little bottle. Oh, it smells so good. And that's going to provide some sweetness too. So the apple juice is going to, or the apple cider, sorry, is going to be sweet. You know, but the wine is tart. So it's going to balance out for sure. Okay, now I already shook this up earlier, but I'll give another shake, because when you buy cider, you know, sediment and all the spices and stuff kind of go to the bottom. And of course, I checked the expiry date, so we're good there. So this is a 3-liter container, and I've got 2 of these. And this large container that I'm putting everything in is going to be just big enough, I think. Now I'm kind of resting my phone on the other container, so I'll put that one in after. And I'll maybe just pause for. So we'll come back over and check on this simple syrup, and so far it's totally not boiling. So I'm going to turn it up a bit, get it up to medium high. This should now go pretty quick. Just give it a little stir, like I said. So it's equal parts sugar, equal parts water, and that can be for any ratio. You know, you can you could do 2 cups of each, and that would be fine too. So this recipe calls for 1/4 cup, but I'm quadrupling the recipe, hence the 4 bottles of wine, the 6 liters of cider, and so forth. So we're going to make a full cup of the syrup. And so that's starting to come to a boil. So I'll come back here. Okay, so I'm going to let this simple syrup sit in the fridge for like 2 days. And so today's Thursday, the wedding is on Saturday. So I will put it in on Saturday. But I'll have to make myself a reminder to do that, because that would be unfortunate if I didn't remember. But this is why I write everything down. I have way too many things going on to be able to afford to not write things down. So I'm just going to put the fruit right inside, and that's going to give it, of course, a nice fruity taste over time. It'll infuse into the wine. It's going to be delish. Right. So I've got orange and pear, and I'm just going to peel this little bit of the pear because it was sitting in the fridge and it got a little indent on it, and I don't want there to be any imperfections on it. So just peel this couple little imperfections off. So what's the best way to do this? So we'll just peel it like, so a tip about cutting fruit around a core is, and I mean, I'm sure you guys all know these things, but see how the core ends right there? Well, that's where I aim to the side of it. That's where I aim my knife. And so that way I don't get any core onto my slice. So same thing with apples. I aim around the core, of course, and that's how we get no core in our slices. Okay, and so I've got 2 Bosc, I think these are Bosc pears, nice and ripe too. Sometimes it's frustrating when you get pears at the store and you think they're going to ripen within a couple of days, and then they completely don't ripen at all. They're just hard as a rock, you know, and to me it's like a complete waste of a purchase because you can't eat them. You can try and do other things with them. You can try and make things with it, I guess. You